telling someone who's obese to just lose weight, just move their body more is easier to say than to actually do because there are some challenges with trying to exercise and move your body when you're obese. So let's talk about that and talk about what we can do about it. Let's go. Welcome to the Overweighted Podcast, where we get real about the struggles of being obese and needing to lose a whole lot of weight. My name's Malaika. I'm your host, weight loss mentoring coach. Join me on my personal weight loss journey to lose about 200 pounds, and as I share my very real experiences, plus some simple, successful, and sustainable weight loss tips and mindset shifts so that we can mark lose weight off of our to-do list for good. So as someone who is still currently obese, and when I started my weight loss journey, obviously I was still obese at that time. I was over 300 pounds, and even having lost over 50 pounds at this point, I'm still considered obese by those BMI charts that none of us really like that much. But just telling someone to, just lose weight or, just move your body more, just get some exercise in, that's all well and good, and we should. But there are some challenges with being obese and trying to get exercise in. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about that and then talk about ways that we actually can move our bodies more so that we can get towards that healthier lifestyle that we want to get to. And this is not by any means trying to give excuses for being lazy or anything like that, but there are some realities with the struggles of being obese. And for one, like just telling someone maybe to go sign up to join a gym, well, most people, I know for me, well, I'll just speak for myself. I can't speak for anybody else, but I know for me, there were times when I just wasn't comfortable going into a gym. I know for me, when I would go into a gym, I would feel like I was the biggest person in the gym. And you also feel like everyone's looking at you. And of course they aren't. It's just the insecurity of being there in that place. And you're seeing these other people working on their healthy lifestyles, and they may have, bodies that are in better shape than yours. And so you're thinking like, wow, these people are all looking at me. They're judging me. They're probably thinking, yeah, I need to be in here. But the reality is most of them aren't paying you any attention. I know they weren't paying me any attention. And that was something I had to realize. And so just going to the gym alone may be a one struggle that someone that's obese has. But even without having to go to the gym, just getting advice to, just walk around the block and get some more movement in. Well, when you have an extra 200 pounds on your body, just walking around the block isn't really something you can do that easily. Like it literally could hurt you to move your body. I know for me, just walking around, like my feet and my back would always be hurting. That was like a daily thing for me until I lost some of the weight. And for some people, I know for them, it actually hurts their joints, their knees, their ankles, and again, like their back and their feet, like me, to actually move. So just telling someone to move even a little bit isn't necessarily as easy as it is to say it. And then there are instances where you just actually can't physically do the things that you're wanting to do. So for instance, like with exercise, there's like this move, it's fast feet, where you move your feet up and down like really fast, kind of like you're jogging in place, but you're just picking your feet up and down. And with an extra 200 pounds, I absolutely could not do fast feet. I had very slow feet. So there are challenges with even just doing the moves that you want to do. Like I wasn't able to do jumping jacks because I know it would hurt my knees. And still at this point, I don't do jumping jacks. I limit the type of movements I'm doing where I'm jumping off the ground. So besides the fact that you're probably not comfortable going into a gym, or that it may literally hurt your body to do movements, sometimes you just can't even do the movements. And so that's a big challenge with being obese and trying to get exercise in. So I want to talk about some of the ways that we can move our bodies more, and that will help us take small steps to get to the point where we can do the movements that we want to do. We have less pain when we're doing the movements. And it's just something that by doing these things, eventually you'll get to where you want to be and get closer to your goal. So my first suggestion is increase your NEAT. So what's NEAT? So NEAT is non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Yeah, big word. Well, words. Non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So NEAT, it's the energy that you're using for everything that we do that's not sleeping, eating, or like intentional exercise. So it's the like calories that you're burning, so the energy that you're using, that's not like intentional exercise that you're not burning in your sleep or burning while you're eating. So for instance, like say you have to walk to get to work. And yes, that's exercise, but you're not walking because you're trying to exercise. You're just walking to work. Or maybe you're just walking around the office building. That's going to be your NEAT. That's going to be burning those calories with unintentional exercise. Even doing some simple things like typing, fidgeting, because you're moving your body, that's still expending energy. So doing laundry, cleaning, or even going out and doing yard work. So these small, like trivial little physical activities can actually help increase your metabolic rate substantially. So think about ways that you can increase your NEAT throughout the day and just doing a little bit of extra activity. Like I said, maybe even just moving around the house, maybe cleaning certain areas in your house, doing extra loads of laundry. Like I know for me, I don't fold my laundry. I just kind of throw it in my drawer. But if I folded my laundry instead of just throwing it in there, that would be a way for me to increase my NEAT. So think about different ways that you can increase your NEAT, your non-exercise activity thermogenesis throughout the day. And that will help you burn a little bit more calories throughout the day. And also it's going to help you just move your body more and get your body used to moving. So the second thing I want to suggest is just move. Any way that you can. Do whatever you can to move your body more. In the beginning, when I first started my weight loss journey, I knew I wasn't really going to be able to do much as far as like aerobic exercise. Like I said, I know I couldn't do jumping jacks without potentially hurting my knees, or I couldn't do fast feet, and a lot of the movements that people were doing in the exercise classes. So what I would do is the kids and I would go to different parks and we would just walk around the parks and explore the parks. So it was a way for me to get out and move my body more and have fun with my kids without really feeling like it was exercise and without potentially hurting myself. So that was one thing I did to move my body more. Also, just parking farther back at stores. I know you've probably heard people say that before. So don't just look for the closest parking spot. Find one that's a little bit farther back and then walk up to the store. You're getting those extra steps in, you're moving your body more, using your muscles more. And so that's a great way to move your body more. Maybe you want to get out and throw the football around with the kids. That would be something fun that you can do, or with your friends. A friend of mine just sent me a picture that she just purchased, an under the desk like little cycle that you just put your feet on and you kind of pedal like a bike, but it's just something that you can use right there sitting at the desk. And I thought that was just brilliant that she had gotten that. And so that's something else you can do to just move your body a little bit more. And it's getting those joints working, getting those muscles moving. And again, it's just helping you to move and get stronger so that you can do more later. The other thing I want to suggest is just modify the movements however you need to do that. What I would do when I wanted to participate in some of the exercise classes is that I would just modify the movements. So for instance, I would do more low impact moves instead of some of the higher impact. So instead of fast feet, I could just march in place if I needed to. Instead of doing motions where I'm jumping from side to side, I would just step side to side. For me, I have big thighs, I have a big stomach, and so maybe I can't bend over as well, and I can't move my feet or my arms as fast as some of the other people can. And that's okay. Just do what you can, modify however you need to. Just do whatever you can, because overall you're still moving your body, you're still doing something so good for yourself, and you're going to have the benefits long term. And also remember, just take it easy. Just go at your own pace. I know it's hard, especially when you're doing something like an exercise class, to not compare yourself with other people. But just remember that your journey is your journey, not anyone else's. don't feel like you need to push yourself past what you can do, because that's when you have the potential of hurting yourself. So go at your own pace. I remember when I first got my group fitness instructor certification, and I kind of had like a launch, and I did like this 1 week where people could come work out with me for free virtually over Zoom. And my intention was to have like an hour-long class every single day. Well, after the very first class, I realized, okay, I cannot do an hour. I'm not in the best shape right now. I was still, plus size. I was still actually over 300 pounds when I got my certification. And I, in my mind, thought I could do more than I could actually physically do. And so what I decided is I had to cut the class back to about 45 minutes. And actually now we're even just doing 30 minutes, but that was a group decision. But I couldn't do the hour. And so I had to do 45-minute classes. And that's okay, because I know that as I lose weight, as my body gets stronger and healthier, that eventually I will be able to lead a full 1 hour class. But just do whatever you need to do to go at your pace. You set the pace, and then do more when you can do more. For some people that even come to my virtual exercise classes, they will sit down if they need to and just do some of the arm or the leg motions, and that's okay too. We're all on our own journey, and just focus on your lane and doing what you can. And if you need to, get with a physical trainer and work on strengthening some areas of your body that you need to, like maybe if you need to strengthen your knees and your back, you can work with a personal trainer to strengthen those things, so that way you can do more later. And also, just remember that something is better than nothing. I always say progress is progress. Every step forward is a step forward towards your goal. Just notice the ways that your body's getting stronger. Like, I would notice that maybe after 1 or 2 songs of the exercise class, I was pretty spent. But now I can make it through the full 30 minutes and I still feel really good. So notice those ways that you're getting stronger throughout your journey, because that's going to encourage you to keep going to achieve your goal. Even something like maybe when you first start, you just are walking your dog around the house, and then you start walking your dog around the block, and then maybe 2 blocks, and then a mile. So pick up on those things, keep track of that, and notice the progress that you're making, because again, something is better than nothing, and your body's going to get the benefit from it. So those were some tips, even if you aren't obese, to help you just move your body more and make it work for you. I just want to encourage you and let you know that you can do this. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing and what you can and can't do compared to them. Focus on what you can do and the ways that you're getting better. That movement is going to add up, and then you'll get to a place where you can do all the things that you want to do if you just don't give up. All right, I will talk to you next time. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. If you got any value out of this or something just really resonated with you, can you do me a favor and leave a review? It helps others find the show so that it could help them too. Also, I'd love to connect with you on other platforms. I'm Malaika Burley on IG and YouTube. And go grab my free webinar, The 5 Keys to Simple, Successful, and Sustainable Weight Loss at malaikaburley.com. And of course, all of those links are in the show notes. Thanks again, and have a blessed day.